Hi guys, let me know what it sounds like. Is it any better? Oh dear, oh dear. Hope you'll find your way here. Let me just reload this thing here. Hello? And let me know if it sounds a little bit better. I reverted the setting here. So, oh, really? Much better? Oh, wonderful. Yay, we're back. The volume is okay? Adri, it's okay. The mic is okay, Adri. The hoop is broken. Well, the hoop is not broken. The stand is broken. But the mic is okay. Sounds good. Oh, wonderful. I'm so happy. Ah, all is well. All is well. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yes. Adri said, I have to make more overtime for you. I'm so sorry, Adri. I just keep breaking things. I can't help it. You know, my grips are so strong. Just like Hercules. So much better now? Oh, good, good, good. Oh dear. Yes, here we go. Oh, back to a spot of stitching. Let's be relaxed. Take a deep breath. Good. So all good, volume good, and the sound is good. I'm so happy. I don't know what I did. I was trying to be clever, but that's the problem. If it's not broken, don't fix it, as they say. And I tried to fix something that wasn't broken. So, and the volume is not too high. I can bring it up a little bit. Good, good, good. Thank you so much, everyone. This is our second home tonight, okay? We can move around like this freely. Yes, a deep breath after this intense break. Yes, Adri, that's when you need to take a deep breath. Is when things go a little bit nuts. So let's see, where was I? Here, thankfully, I don't have to reset my stitching. All the stitches are still there. How nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm trying to identify what these part threads are. Yes. Travis says, I recently watched Hercules with Tia, my son. Oh, goodness. Yes. Do they break hoops and embroidery stands? I wonder. And now I have to be so careful with the hoops. I just want to make sure that I don't break any more. No promise there. Let's see. Yeah, I bet Adri, life is probably always crazy at the airport. I remember there was a kind of reality show at the airport in the UK. I think maybe Heathrow. And you know, remember those times when reality TV was everywhere. And yeah, it sounds like complete nuts airport. You've got people carrying all sorts of things, weird things, not just birds, but all sorts to the airport. Smuggling, you know, DMC floss and everything. 1, 2, 3. Joyce, welcome again. It's like seeing each, it's only been about 2 minutes, but it's nice to see you all again. Beautiful. And that one is part over there. Oh, take a sip of the coffee. Much better. Thank you everyone for coming back. Travis says, it was my favorite Disney movie growing up, Hercules. Wow. He does break some statues. Okay, no hoops then. One, two. So I think it's this one. The green. It doesn't look right, this one. Let me snip this one off because, ooh, my God, mysterious. Look at what happened. It came off again. This is just one of those nights when everything breaks. Okay, let me see if I can put some glue on just to fix it there. Oh, you know what? Why don't I just wrap this hoop with a piece of masking tape? You know, lateral thinking. Here, look. See how I'm going to fix my hoop right here. Oh, live here on Yogi's stream. There, right? I am going to just put it on top and I'm going to tape it down with a piece of tape here. Maybe it's going to hold in place for now. Now I need a longer piece. I don't know why it's doing that though. It's just a piece of kind of screw, not screw, like that. How's that? And then I'm going to put another piece. So if you're trying to fix your car, this would not be a very good example to do, okay? But if it's a hoop, an embroidery stand, maybe it's going to stay in place. How's that? This is how I fix things, okay, guys? Don't judge me. It will work, I think. Just stay there, be good, okay? I don't need anything else to break at this point. All right. Susan says, part threads really freak me out. Looks so untidy. No, not at all. Everything's in order. They're in the place they need to be most of the time, okay? Sometimes I park in wrong spots. That happens too. But, you know, I like part threads. Not every day, but a lot, you know, sometimes I'm just in the mood to park. Let me see. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, that one. All is well, I hope. Merlin says, regarding Gemma's method, I find it really hard in areas with a lot of confetti. Well, yes, I think confetti, yes, you have to switch colors quite a lot. Yes, but at the same time, it keeps the confetti stitches really, really nice and tidy. So because you're stitching it in order, you're not kind of trying to stab the needles between stitches, trying to fill in holes in the middle. So yes, in terms of the speed, it's probably not the fastest. I mean, she's fast, but when I do it, it probably, you know, slows down even more, even more than usual. But it's a very orderly way of stitching. It feels good. It feels good. So it really depends. It's not a method of my choice every day, but I enjoy it from time to time. Nikki's restarting my quilting room. So are you restarting at this moment tonight? And can you remind me what stitch count? Are you changing stitch counts or just the fabric, stiff fabric that you have? That's very unusual. Let me come down here. Two stitches here. Okay, I'm trying not to upset my hoop or my stand here. And I'm going to end this thread here. It's getting a little bit short. Saga question, Alison asks. Saga question, what's the smiley face for? Good question. So let me just bring this one up here. So it's the third icon from the left here. So I think, I rarely use it, I don't use it, but what happens is it will mark all the stitch area to the color that you assign it to. So let's try it. If I tap on the smiley face, all the stitch area will turn into pink. That's the default, but you can change it to whatever color. So I think, you know, the lady from Stitching Masterpieces, I think when I look at her device, most of the times it looks pink. And I think her preference is to not to be distracted by, you know, all the colors that's going on there. And you can just focus on where you're stitching. So let me just slice a little bit here. So you can just block everything off from your vision and focus on the stitching area. Let me tap and press and hold here. Yes, so you can change it to whatever colors you want. So some people might prefer working this way. So that's what the smiley face is. I don't use it because, you know, I quite like the color, all the swatches, all the colors showing. So there you go. Tracy's here. Hello, welcome again. Susan says, I like it best when you work with past threads to use them up. Oh, yes. Thread chicken, is it? I play that a lot. I don't like wasting threads, and it's not just about being frugal. It's the fact that I just think it's such a shame. They're here in the world to be stitched, and I throw them away. So I want to use up every last bit. Here we go. And this is the one over there. I think it's this one. Right, so Nikki is going for 32 count tent, one strand. So the previous one, I think it was 28 count, right? And so 28 count, one strand, this looks slightly on the sparse side for me. Or maybe it was the fabric as well, because it was very stiff. So the coverage just didn't look as full as the kitchen one. But the kitchen one is 32 counts, wasn't it? So 1, 2 here. There's one more here. There past threads, maybe I part in the incorrect spot there. It does happen to me. Whoops. Hang on. Yeah. There. So I don't know which one this is, so part thread. This one looks okay. That's a neighboring. This one is unknown. Christiane is here. Christiane's love for stitching. She says, hello everyone. Welcome. Leslie says, I've just bought traveling library during break. I haven't got enough years left. You and all of us, okay? I haven't got enough years left to finish the 13 Hades already on the go, but looks like I'll be joining the SAL. Wonderful. The Max colors. Excellent. Well, that pattern could drop at any point. Natalia is here in the chat as well. Hello, hello. So let's have a look here. Oh, try not to touch my hoop too much. I don't want to upset it even more. And next one I'm going to pick up my reindeer here. Very subtle hint. Oh, I wonder what's happening for the rest of the year for our SAL. Hello, go away. Yes. So I'm gonna get this one out here. One, two, three, and this is the one above. Yes, just one stitch, and then I think I'll park it to the right side, or maybe end it, because it's kind of an awkward spot here. So the sound is still okay, right? The volume. I kind of turned it slightly lower than usual, than previous setting. If it's too low, then let me know, because the previous setting was working fine. I really didn't need to fiddle with it. And see what happened. Oh. Sometimes you can be too clever. Textile Journey says, I'm preparing for my first hay project. Do you make a floss? Do you mean organizer? For every project you work out one with all your floss? Do you mean project specific organizers? I don't do that anymore. Now I just use a master set, like this one is really, really big. This is CXC floss, by the way. So I have a set for DMC as well. This is CXC, but it's getting really thick here because it's got a full set going on, all the colors. But I know many people in the chat perhaps are using, doing different sets for different projects. So it's a matter of preference. Depends on how many whips you've got going, if you've got quite a few, it makes sense to maybe have a master set, so you know how much floss you've got overall, and also you don't have to switch back and forth. There were occasions that I literally used the wrong set before I had my master set. I picked up the wrong set and just kept stitching. And at that time, not so bad if you're sticking with colors, but at that time I was using symbols as well. So imagine if you stick with the symbols but different colors for different patterns, so that wouldn't be ideal. So it's a matter of preference and depends on how many projects you've got ongoing. Oh, Suzanne says regarding the smiley icon, she says, I use this one, but I don't use that bright pink. Yes, you can change colors. Some people just like to block off the areas they've already stitched. You know, so it's a matter of preference. It's an interesting feature. I think you can with Pattern Keeper as well, can't you? I think you can make all the stitch areas opaque, which you can't see the symbols, or you can just assign just a single color, and all the stitch areas would turn into that color. So 1, 2, 3 here. So I'm going to park over here. This gold color is looking so alluring. It's very inviting. So I'm going to mark the part thread. Let me see, I don't have this one anymore, so I'm going to unmark that. There's so many different ways you can work with Saga. It's really quite nice. And let's have a look. Alison says, oh no, I find I'm more distracting when I'll be using that feature. I know, it varies so much. I'm in the same camp as you. I don't like that. I like to be able to see the kind of simulated look of the finished area. It's just a bit more reassuring that I know where I am and what colors I'm stitching. So it's an option. One, two, let me see. Oh, not this one. Hang on. Which one's this? 1, 2, 3. I think this is 4, 3, 4. Let me double check. 4, 3, 4. And guys, I'm gonna tell you, give you an update on my 14 counts project. Oh, I'm so excited. 4, 3, 4. Yes, that's correct. This is the one. I'm gonna just do this stitch and I'm going to explain what's happening here. Remember, maybe 2 or 3 streams ago, we were talking about, oh, this is not the right color. Let me bring it over here. We were talking about those 14 counts kits, Amazon. Well, I got from Amazon anyway, from this mysterious company. I didn't know, who they were or what they did in terms of whether they're chart makers or whether they are just companies they distribute kits, right? And those, let me just remind you, you probably have seen me working on, let me turn this off, this project, for instance, the 14 counts. So I've got 4 kits from the same company, and they're all kind of charted in a similar style and probably the same size as well. I've got a couple of others just to refresh your memory there. For instance, this one, I've got this one, for instance. So they're all somehow, I think, views from Paris or something like that. And I love them. And, you know, a few days ago, we were talking about where I could get digital versions, quite possibly, because, you know, markup RXP, unfortunately, is very hard to work with, particularly because they're imported patterns. And so I had to dig around because those ones that they're being charged by someone else, they are not the same as the version I'm working on. So I can't really reuse them, even though they are in digital form. So what happens, I just thought, well, I have a look around, and I looked up the company name again. And lo and behold, I realized they're from this company. Should I bring up the browser? I just want to show it to you because it's really amazing what happened. Let me just bring up a browser here so I can show it to you. Let me just so I contacted the company basically. So I found a website. It's called Stitch DMC. It's a little bit confusing because if you search for DMC stitching or whatever, you get DMC. You get DMC, the company. Okay, so I just want to move this browser over here so I can show you. It's probably easier that way. Let me just get it set up here. So this company, I got in touch with them. Let me bring up the browser. And okay, so this is a company. Okay, it turned out it's called, let me just fit it over here. It looked different. I think I probably have found this site before, but it looked like as if, I wouldn't say abandoned, but it looked like, I'm not sure who's running, you know, this company. But when I had a look a couple of days ago, it looked fresh, it looked different, and it's got sort of quite a few pieces here. So what I've done was I had a browse to try to find those kits I've got from them. And so I found some, the wedding shop, for instance, and a couple of other pieces. And I was pretty sure that this was the same company. I think some of you might have got stitching kit from them, particularly if you're in the UK. I don't know whether they're only sold to the UK, but a lot of their kits are not sold on Amazon UK anymore. So I thought maybe the company went away or something like that. Turned out they relaunched it because I contacted them via email, and I just casually, I didn't really expect anything to come back. I just let me see if I can do the filtering, because it will show you. Just I'm gonna go to shop, okay, and narrow this price down, because the kits I've got at that time, I think they were about £45. You know, these kits, very similar to the style of what I've got. And I used to see these ones on Amazon UK a lot, and I love them. Okay, so oops, what happened to so these ones, and I saw this one, and at that time when I bought Granny's craft room, I was very tempted to get this one as well. It's so sweet. I can't zoom in, but I saw this one, so I was pretty sure this is the company that made those kits. So I contacted them, okay, and I just go, you know what, I'm really interested in buying some kits from you because I'm quite interested in this one. And I thought, well, but I have 4 other kits from you in the past. And, I don't know whether it's possible. I would love to have the digital version of these patterns. And I totally expected them to come back and go, well, either we can't sell it to you or we don't have it. So they asked me which pieces am I, thinking about. So I gave them a list of the 4 kits, and I told them that I'm looking to buy this one. I really love it. Look at that. It's so cute. And guess what? The following email, they came back to me with attachment of all the kits I bought, that I said to them that I bought. They're 4 different kits. They just came back to me and sent the digital patterns to me without even asking. They didn't ask me to verify my purchases from Amazon because I said, you stole them on Amazon. That's where I got them from. They didn't ask me to check my purchase history to prove anything. They just sent me the patterns, 4 patterns straight. And on top of that, they're saying that they would, provide a digital pattern as well if I bought this piece. And free of charge. They didn't. I expected them to ask me maybe to pay a few pounds per pattern or whatever. They just sent the patterns to me without asking. I was so floored because I just totally didn't expect it. And on top of that, they go, well, because you've been such a valued customer, if you buy this one, and we will give you a free one. It turned out, if I go back to the homepage, these ones they're new patterns, and they're going, if you buy that piece, we will give you one of these ones free. You can pick whichever one you want. And I just didn't know what to make of it because I was, thrilled. But at the same time, I was so surprised. They didn't try to charge me or anything, and they want to give me a free kit. But I had to say to them, I said, well, thank you so much. And, I just, I was really, really happy. But I can't stitch any one of these because they've got people in the picture. I just can't do it. But I just think that they're so generous. I just wanted to mention that because from now on, do you know what that means? It means I won't need to use Markup RXP anymore, because the only reason I'm still using Markup RXP is because they're scanned paper patterns, and I do not enjoy Markup RXP. So now I've got it. They imported to Pattern Keepers really perfectly. So let me show you. I just quickly tried them, and they work perfectly fine with Pattern Keeper. So I've got all of them. Let me just turn this off. I'm just so excited because I've been suffering, unfortunately with Markup RXP. I really do not like it anymore. It's so sluggish. And now I've got these ones. Can you see them? All 4 of them here. The markup look slightly on the red side. I got them imported perfectly. But I try to import them onto a Saga as well. Unfortunately, they don't come out that perfectly. 2 of them are great, like this. 2 of them, this one, for instance, not so great. Let me just show you what's happening here. I try to import them to Markup RXP. So this one is perfect. Let me zoom out a little bit more. They're quite big. All good. And not to Saga. I imported them to, this is Paradise. This is Paradise. Because if they work okay for Paradise, I can just import them to Saga. Shouldn't be any problems. The Granny's crop room is perfect. And the wedding shop is perfect. But the other two, for some reason, not the wedding shop, the hat shop is okay. Wedding shop, for some reason, the page is missing. And I cannot fix them. I do not know why. And also, this is the stationery is unrecognizable. And there's a page missing as well. So it's a little bit random, but at least two of them, I will be able to work on them on Saga. I could not believe it. Not only I have a digital version, I can import them onto Saga as well. I just want to share that because I think it's a sign of a great company. You know, normally they show their true color when you try to ask them to help you to do something when you have issues. And this is where a lot of companies kind of start to fall apart. It's all good when they try to sell you something, but when they're not, they don't do so great. So I want to commend this company, Stitch DMC. I enjoy their kits, and they've been very, very, you know, generous and good to me. I just want to share that, guys. So from now on, I can set markup RXP free back into the wild, and I'm able to, you know, work on them digitally. So that's the great news today. At least something's not broken. Adri says they look very AI. I have no idea. I have to check with them who actually created them. But to be honest, you know that the Granny's crop room piece, it's quite popular with jigsaw puzzle as well. So I presume they are created by somebody, but I can't see the credit on the on their kit there. I can have a little ask. So, but they look lovely, so I really don't mind either way. So 1, 2, 3. Let me see what's going on here. Two, 3 here. Why am I getting these stitches kind of a bit random? So what I want is this one. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one. Just one, a few stitches here. This thread just looks so beautiful. It's a beautiful hair, colorful hair. Susan asked, what's the new one from Max Stitches? Do you mean the company there? Yes, it's a bit confusing because I thought they were called Max Stitches, but I think the it's the same company. It's the same as DMC, well, Stitches DMC or something like that. It's the same company. They have the Beauty and the Beast, apparently, the series. But I told them that I can't stitch those because these people have eyes. I don't do human faces or eyes. And I'm just so happy, finally, after years of having those kids, I get the digital version. I think they should offer it to people so people don't have to ask, you know, because paper patterns is not for everybody. I know some people love them. I think I stitched these ones incorrectly. Oh, it's all happening. I'm going to stitch over it You won't be able to see it. Thank you, Nikki. Yes, I'm so excited because particularly the Granny's craft room. I love that piece so much. But it's just a pain in the butt, working with Markup RXP. I mean, I hope next time when I use Markup RXP sometime in the future, they are, it's a much better app, hopefully. But at the moment, it's just no comparison with Pattern Keeper or Saga. So, I just can't. I can't bring myself to use it. 1, 2, 3. If I have other options, No. Whoops. Not that one. Good. So these ones are done. Alison says, I started kitting up for every project, but I have over 20 on the go and lots of duplicate threads, etc. I might transfer to a master set, but I've spent a fair bit of pound on accessories already. Alison, listen to me. It would be so much happier for you to have a master set. I have about, maybe 12 or 13, those Paco thingy, those thread organizers. I used to use them and they were okay for smaller projects, but gradually it just became totally out of control, and I still have them. Maybe I'm going to use them for other things, but to be honest, I can't really see the reasons to, because they're quite bulky. If you just use one, that's fine. If you try to kit up even a regular hay project, you need multiple ones, and it's just not, sustainable, really. 1, 2, 3 here. So I think you will be much happier with a master set. Vaduhi, hello. I'm trying to catch up with the chat here. Welcome, Vaduhi. Rachel is asking, question, where do we vote on the Halloween project to work on? So the first step will be, because everybody's free to put their proposals, recommendations in the album on our Facebook group. So just go to media and look for the album. There's one album for Halloween and one for Christmas. We can do them both. But I think Halloween, we probably need to get on a little bit quicker. So put your recommendations there, and then you can just like those ones you like. You can like or love whichever. And you can do multiple ones if you want to. So you have a first choice, second choice, whatever. And then we'll pick the ones that got most likes and do a quick vote. Maybe the top 3 are pick them and do a quick vote, and we just get to those patterns. So we want the patterns to be ideally digital, or definitely need to be digital, in order for everybody to have access to it, and not too expensive, and definitely not too big. We want a small kind of side dish snack size. So maybe some of us, the quicker ones, can finish them, and we get to enjoy the end piece somehow. So it doesn't have to be super serious about anything. We just want a fun piece we can all stitch together, and just enjoy the festive element of it. So, not a huge commitment, just something fun that we can do together. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Why is it a different color? I'm parking threads in totally different wrong locations everywhere. It's quite disturbing. I don't know what I was doing. I think I'm gonna just remove them to avoid the confusion. And I'll try to match those ones on my organizer somehow. Because it's bizarre. I don't know why. None of them are matching. I don't know what I was doing when I part them. It's a mystery. Brandy's drinking a fresh brew coffee. Lovely. Let me take a sip of my coffee as well. A little bit behind. I will be catching up. Marilyn says, I don't think they sell the crafting rim on stitch DMC anymore, but I want to stitch that pattern. You know, the best thing to do is get in touch with them. Ask them if they still do it, because they have the pattern. They send it to me. So maybe just matter of having a demand, they might want to kit that up. Yeah, I think it's such, you know, just from the way the customer service is working right now, I'm sure they'll be very happy to help. I don't know whether it's possible. Maybe they have some contract period with that piece of artwork. I don't know. But just send them an email. I think it will be very, very good way to start. Because I love that piece as well. I'm so glad they have the pattern. They still have it. And I really like the one with the cats in the garden. I look so happy. There's a happy piece. I just couldn't believe how good the customer service is. You know, they didn't note me from anywhere and didn't ask me to provide receipt or anything from Amazon. And they just go, well, there you go. These are your patterns. I was so shocked. Next. Oh, I see there's something going on there with the oranges. Abney's here. Hello, hello. Sorry I missed I'm trying to go back to the chat there. Hello, Abney. Turtle Stitcher, I don't think that's the reason the pages are missing. I don't know whether they're pirated. I cannot comment on that, and I would not even dare to go there, because if that's not the case, essentially it's, you know, you're accusing a company of doing something they're not doing. I don't know for sure. We shouldn't speculate like that. It's not really fair. Nikki says, I gridded the fabric. I can travel to Timbuktu. Don't. Hold back. Wear a seatbelt this time. And some sort of security device, you know. We don't want to lose you. I have to send search party to find you again. But yeah, you're quite used to doing gridded fabric, so I'm sure you'll be fine. Dear, oh dear. Abini says, I really enjoy my Lucas kit. I'm in the market for a new one, but need to have a browse. Lucas, yes, it's a. I think I maybe have one or two. I think I have one with kind of a flower of Paris or something like that, which I haven't finished. Of course, you know what is new. Um, Rachel is talking about maybe the Charles Parrot. No, it's not because the other ones loaded properly. So I think there's something to do with PDF. And I'll go back to the same point. I don't know if they're pirated, and we shouldn't speculate like that. Unless we have evidence. It's just not fair to the company's reputation. So that's all I will say. But I don't think it's caused by, that's the reason the pages are missing, because there are on the PDF. It's a full chart, which I have. But I respect your concern. So now I've cleared off all the part threads here, and I am going to do a minimum to max, min to max, Nikki, yes, and I am going to stitch them from the minimum number of stitches based on color, and then part them if I could. So Jan says, when you put them into Paradise, you need to tell the app which pages are chart and key. I believe that will fix. Oh, yeah, I did though. And I did the same with all the other ones. So let me bring it back. Yes, I was thinking this quite peculiar because all the pages are there. I counted. They're all the same. And these ones are perfect. And that one's perfect, but these two, for some reason, the pages there, and I checked the pages, they are there physically in the PDF. So, and they load properly on Pattern Keeper. They come out perfectly on Pattern Keeper. So that's a mystery. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if the company actually know that. So. Joy says, I had the same issue today with the long dog sampler. Paradise didn't recognize all the pattern pages, and it crashed when I assigned the pages manually. Oh, so you actually tell upon importing, you tell them, the page range, right? And which one is the key, which ones are the pattern themselves. And then some of them still not load. Yeah, that's interesting. So I think it's kind of the same situation with those two patterns. And the other two, for some reason, are okay. So I don't know. All the pages are there because they load properly onto Pattern Keeper. So it's a mystery there. So this one is 676. 676. because if they're not loading on Paradise properly, they're not going to load properly onto Saga. So I didn't even try to import it into Saga. 1, 2. AG says probably an error while uploading. Yeah, I don't know. I might give it another go to see if, because when you import PDFs with Paradise, there are quite a few things you can tweak, the settings, etc. I normally just leave everything default. Don't touch it, I don't touch anything. But I don't know whether any of the settings might change that. But I'm just happy that if everything fails, I still have all of them on Pattern Keeper, because they work perfectly for Pattern Keeper. 676. And next. And Joyce, in case you didn't hear me mentioning, that comment you sent me regarding keeping the min to max setting on, it worked well. It worked well. I just did it like that with this block, and I just ignore it when I work on part threads, and then now I don't have to go and turn it on, and I can just keep doing minimum to max. Joyce is so clever. I don't know what I do to deserve her. I drag her through daily streaming. It's almost like a full-time job for her. She's retired. She wants to rest. And, I'm just forcing her every day to stitch with me. 729, 729. Here. Suzanne says some heights have issues in Paradise. Yeah, I think, any form of conversion can create issues. So, because if the swatches not matching, let's say if the colors are not matching, you can fix with Paradise. You can just assign the correct colors to it, etc. But if the entire page is not there, that's not going to work. And to be honest, regarding those comments regarding, asking whether those images are AI, I doubt very much, because these kids have been around for years on Amazon. The first one I got from them was probably back in 2018. I don't think AI were very popular then. I'd be very impressed. I don't know. But I love those kids, and I know many of you have maybe stitching kits from them. Oh, I can park to the next block here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3 here. Jan says, let me know if you want help with it. I'm pretty sure it can be fixed. Oh, Jan is the software developer. Yes, definitely. I'd love to hear your suggestion. As long as it doesn't involve reformatting my my hard drive. That's normally. I remember working at the a sort of my corporate company days, and anytime if you have problems with your computer and you contact the IT department for maintenance, and they just take your entire computer away for days at a time, and then if they can't fix it, they just format it and just wipe everything out. That's their solution. That's a thing. I can do that too. I don't need training. I know how to format a computer. 1 2 738 738. Joy says, just keep the meme to max on and overrule the suggested symbol. Then you prefer when you prefer another one. Yes, this is why I need Joyce, because that makes so much difference. So I don't have to go back and forth to turn it on and off, because that's what I did last time. Oh, the wisdom. Let me bring the light back a little bit more. And Michelle Fuller says, do you leave your projects in the hoop when you store them, or do you remove them after each stitching session? I was taught to remove the embroidery so the hoop does not scar the fabric. Yes, I think the best practice is to remove them, but at the same time, I don't do it. I only do so if I need to free up the hoop for something else. Yes, but to be honest, depends on the fabric. I think for my 28 counts, I just notice, the fabric can distort a little bit. But otherwise, with 25 counts onwards, I haven't had problems. I have left them for quite a while, on the frame, or well, not so much with Q-snap. Q-snap is probably better, but with hoops, and they're okay. When you remove the hoop after a while, yes, the fabric does, get a little bit crinkled, but other than that, the fabric seems to be okay. I think, fabric like this, for instance, is so robust. You can feel there's a lot of volume there. So it's up to you. It's the balance between convenience and, best practices. Because if you remove every time and I don't know, if you enjoy the process, and also I think if I remove my fabric too frequently and try to reframe the fabric, I think it probably damage the hoops a little bit more easily, the way I do it anyway, because each time you need to unscrew, screw, and that's when I break my hoops, amongst other reasons. Yes, I'm just too strong, I can't help it. 1 2 3, okay. 1 2 3 and 4. It's that one. This one's not matching up for some reason. 1 2 1 2 3. So we're here. 1 2 3. Let's do it like this. It will be fine. It will be fine. It's not totally matching up for some reason. But whoops. Jan says, oh, I'm just a software developer. Not the one that made Paradise, just realized it sounds like that. Oh, no, no, I didn't take it like that at all. But I know you're a techie. Now I know. I won't format your hard drive, I promise. Thank you, thank you. That's good to know. Yes, do not format my hard drive. I can do that myself. I have the technology. I know where the buttons are. It's called format. Erase your hard drive. Let me do a quick pin here. I could have done a boomerang, but I missed the opportunity. Seven, 3, 8. Roxy Wild says, I don't remove my hoops ever. Sometimes you have to move the fabric, right? Even if you just use the same hoop. Joy says, I'm not complaining about the issue with Paradise. It's an older version that we got for free. I'm very happy with everything that does work. Yes, you know what? I've been thinking one of these days I'm going to do a sort of exploration of Paradise as well, because currently we just refer to it as a kind of conversion tool, right? But it's got a lot going on. It's a markup tool in its own right. And even the free version, I'm very lucky I got the pro version, but even the free version, I think there's a lot, you can do with it. You can, change the thread color, the symbol, the naming, etc. I think it's very, very flexible. So, there might be a hidden gem there that we don't know. So, yes, I'm really grateful for Paradise as well. I think maybe there's some sort of, I'm not sure, maybe some sort of collaboration between them and Saga. I'm not quite sure. Because Saga is quite happily not having the conversion function for so long. I don't know what the situation is. Right, 779, let me just check, it's min to max. Oh, why is it like that? Yes, this is better. It is minimum to max. Oh, I can turn off the auto jump. No, I want to keep it on. So minimum to max. Yes, that's the right order. So 971, 971. $975. Oh, that's why I couldn't find it. Hello, Dolly. Hello, babe. How are you? Are you here to see Mummy? She just came in from the garden. She always looks like she has just come back from a big adventure. And she needs to be comforted because she's full hard outside with other kitties and maybe some foxes as well. And she just needs to be loved at this moment, right? I know you. Well done, babe. So there. Sarah's she only has one hoop and one needle, Sarah. Am I correct? Use a single needle for decades. She doesn't break things. She doesn't break needles. And a single hoop as well. I like to know the brand because clearly it's very robust and very strong. I need a strong hoop. Suzanne, Yes, Suzanne is a fabric expert. Suzanne says, I don't think it really matters in weaving people. We're taught to release the tension and remove the temples, but modern day fabric yarn is better quality now and it will hold up better. So yeah, I mean, from my experience, I'm pretty lazy, right? So I don't do anything unless I have to. And so I only remove it from the fabric if I need a hoop for other projects or to move the fabric, you know, to a different location. And they seem to be okay. You know, I have ones that have been left on the hoops for a long time, you know, and it seems to be all right. So I'm going to park it over here. And next, 936, 936. I'm just so happy now I have the digital version of those ones, because those ones, you know, everything else is being moved to Saga, and it's so fun to stitch them. And I love Pattern Keeper as well. I don't mind working with Pattern Keeper at all. But everything's digital, right? But only those 4 kits, which I love. I love the projects, but I just, oh, Markup RXP is giving me a headache. So I'm so glad it is over. So unfortunately, Markup RXP, I have to end my subscription by the end of the year. Official announcements here. And I hope you become a better app next time I see you. Until then, I'll release you back into the wild. I hope you're happy. Hello, Cynthia. Welcome. Cynthia says, today started rewatching Outlander again from season 1. It's a TV series. I'm totally clueless. I occasionally watch a film, but TV series, no idea. It's too much work because you have to watch a lot of them. And I hope you enjoy it. Oh, Nikki says they're not collaborating. Email with Max, the creator of Paradise. Okay, so Nikki's got some inside information there. Email with Max. So Max, this person, the creator of Paradise. Yes. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, yeah, let me think. Maybe Needlebug once upon a time gave me an email of the developer, but I just didn't really do anything. Right, so I'm going to leave that. This is a single stitch here. I'm going to leave that one. You suppose if I stitch in order, I suppose stitch is this one, but it's just a single stitch and it's linked to the block next to it. So sometimes if I do it block by block and there are stitches on the edges, kind of just like on its own, and there are more to the side, I sometimes just leave it there until I stitch this block. It's just quicker. It's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind. So I am going to move to the next one. Oh, but it's moving in order, isn't it? So, never mind. 6-1, 6-1. Let me see. Let me move to the next one. 7-7-9. The problem is it's going to jump back again later on if I stitch in order. Never mind. 7-7-9. 7-7-9. Just one stitch, and I can park to the side. Adri, are you doing quoting? Oh, I can't quote to save my life. Well, yeah, I think quoting, I get confused sort of between quoting and what is it called? Patchwork. Patchwork, I can't do. You know, you have to stitch all these pieces together perfectly. No chance. The quoting, a lot of time, I've done hand quoting. Oh, not good. Not good. Not very relaxing for me. But Adri, I thought you wanted to make clothes last time I heard. You wanted to learn how to make clothing, like garments. What is happening to that? Let me just park it over here. Two to left, to the right, and two from top. Parked. Let me take a sip of my... Oh, I can drink some tea. I've got my tea as well. Sarah says, I have more hoops and needles, but I only use one hoop and stand, and I use only the needle until it breaks or gets lost. But I remember last time you said you have two needles for like years. I just cannot imagine that. I mean, needles for me are consumables. So are hoops. They just get worn off and retired. Let me see next. Next one, 6110. Oh, never mind. Let me stitch this one. 6110. Not 6110, 610. 610. Alison says, I have a frame or hoop for almost every project. May need to swap some out to buy more with the addition of 6 eighths. And on a point where can I get a 36-inch plus frames? 36-inch? That sounds like really big, because this one's really big. This one's 12 inches. 36? Maybe some people know. So it's like as big as a hula hoop. Are you sure you're getting right kind of hoops? Sounds really large. And Suzanne says, I really love this wooden nudge hoop or nuage hoop. I wish I bought bigger size, but they were out. You know, those ones, I like really thick ones, like this one I'm using right now. It's double the depths. And I find it just holds the fabric and tension much better. And it's less likely to break. Those skinny ones, they just break like there's no tomorrow. In my case. Okay, for my strong hands, they break, okay? I can't help it. I'm just so strong. One, two, three. No. 310. 310. 310. Oh, the dark color. No, 317. What am I doing? 317. Let's have a look. Nikki says, I feel like I'm air stitching with these light colors in quilting room, and right now I'm in the Bermuda Triangle again. Nikki, do we need to send out the search party? It's happening so soon. You just started. Are you doing a center start, or where are you starting? Or sewing machine start for Nikki? But last time you started from the center as well, didn't you? Yes, it's a very, very, how can I call it? Yes, air stitching is a little bit like that, particularly now you're doing 32. I felt like I'm air stitching even on 28, but it's just one of those pieces that you need to build up a little bit more before you kind of know where you are. It's one of the challenges for this piece, because with a lot of pieces with strong colors, like Sweet Shop, you instantly know what's happening. You know, you can see the drapes, the tassels. But this one, it requires a little bit of a build-up. But the reward is there. Once I got to the sewing machine and it started to take shape, oh, it felt really good. But please don't get lost. Oh, Alison says the score frames. But you know, I'm kind of sort of aiming to have one dedicated frame or hoop for each project, even though sometimes you need to change the sizes. But, you know, I think by having more hoops, it will probably reduce the wear and tear of the hoops, because I just keep them there. I don't touch them. So my strength, you know, the yoga power is not going to destroy them too quickly. I mean, eventually they'll probably go, but I'm hopefully not too soon, not too soon. 1, 2, 3, and now 3064. 3064. Here we go. Sarah says, my husband made my 37-inch frame. Okay, yes, of course you were talking about frame, because that would be so huge for a hoop. It's a hula hoop. You can literally use it for other purpose. Suzanne, yes, the double depth is so good, isn't it? less likely to be broken. Not saying that's impossible. Just one stitch here, I'm going to end it. It's a lot easier to do pin when it's 22. By 28, it's like, well, I don't know what I'm looking at. Nikki says center start. I think I found a sewing machine. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Yes, once you find a sewing machine, everything becomes more grounding, right? Because now you have something that's going to become a thing. Whereas when you do center start with this piece, if you don't know what we're talking about, Nikki is working on our Wednesday sew. Let me bring up the markup here for you if you haven't seen this one before. It's called Quilting Room, and it's gorgeous, okay? But it's very subtle in its color scheme. So I think quite a lot, the brave ones, they start from the frame, the upper left. Okay, quite a few upper left stars. These are the brave soldiers. But me and Nikki's, we're cowards. You know, we're little chickens. We start from the center. And I know one person did a cat start. I can't remember the name. If it's you, raise your hand. Someone started from the cat, just using the free selection feature from Saga and draw a circle around the cat. I know, worst nightmare for Ebony. I'm so sorry. And close your eyes, look away, and someone started from the cat. And but me and Nikki, we started from the center. And if you roughly look at the center here, it's literally from the upper left corner of this blue table here. And on top of it, there's a sewing machine. So it takes a little bit of build up to find the sewing machine on the right there. But in the beginning, the center point is very, very subtle. You almost don't know what you're stitching. So it's a challenge for us. But it's fun. It's good fun. You found the sewing machine. All is good. And Rachel says, check American Dream frame for scroll frames of 36 inches. I'm not sure if they have larger ones. I'm not having some of their frames. I do like the idea of frames. It's just I don't know it's feasible to have, you know, dedicated frames for the number of projects I have. So, but I think if you have less projects, or at least you're going to focus on, you know, maybe a couple of projects at one time, then it's a good idea. Because the tension is probably quite good, right? Gray says the plastic nudge hoops are strong. They're not that expensive, and I have one for each project. Yeah, they're quite reasonably priced. It's just that I haven't had great experience with the plastic ones. Maybe just the brand I've got, it's unknown brand, maybe not as strong, but I'll definitely try out the plastic ones from Nurtures as well. They're made slightly differently, isn't it? The screw part of it is kind of diagonal, which will probably make it a little bit stronger. Because the ones I bought, the unknown brand from Amazon, they broke. The screws just went, you know, and say bye-bye. I can no longer take it. You're too strong. And they all broke from the screw onwards. And the plastic start to get, you know, like distorted. 3011. 3011. Oh, Tracy says that's me. Tracy was the one that did the cat start. How is it going? Have you got a... Oh, yes. Tracy's working on it now. Very nice. I remember you had to rework it a little bit as well, didn't you? With the colors. 1, 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2. Why are they not matching? I have no idea. Don't know what I did last time. That one's done. And I'm going to do this one. Literally, I'm going to park in the next stitch, in the next block. Take a sip of my coffee. It's really pretty though, the color combination there. Oh, really? Suzanne says, I have some plastic ones as well. I think I get better tension with a wooden. Okay, yes, I agree, yes. With the wooden ones, but the plastic nerds are really good. I'll give them a try because I'm going to order maybe a couple more hoops because I'm, you know, maybe I'm on the verge of breaking another one. Who knows? I'm going to top it up. I think I'll have to. And maybe I'll order a plastic one as well to see what they're like. But you know the spring ones that I bought, and I think I showed it in one of the streams. The spring ones, I think I'm gonna give them a pass because the tension is very hard to adjust because when you release the spring, it stays there, but you can't really pull the fabric. You can't really adjust the tension anymore, and I find that a little bit difficult to work with. And those are, for some reason, they only have small ones. It doesn't go up to certain size. 3861, 3861. Oh dear. I don't want to break anything tonight, but this thread is not just, it's got snagged there. Ebony says, I did a cat start too. Looked like Yogi stitching on 56 count in it. Exactly. I hope you'll, switch everything to 56 counts because you can stitch really quickly. I can probably finish it, a project in minutes. When you stitch with air, it's fast. Oh, I've got a part thread there. Oh, seriously. Yes, I've got one part here. Yes, I agree with you, Suzanne. It's very hard to adjust the tension. It's quite easy to frame the fabric because literally you just release the spring. But I think, for some people they might find it quite hard to work with the spring because it's very, very strong. And once you release it, you literally cannot adjust anything anymore. So it's not really for me. I know the lady from Master Stitching Masterpieces, she uses it a lot, but I can't really make it work well for me. Ashley, welcome. She says, "Hi everyone. I'm not a fan of hoops. I love my Q snaps too much." So Ashley, can you share how you maintain sort of good tension for Q snaps? Because I do have quite a few Q snaps, and I love to find a way to make them work because it will give me more frames to work with. There's some suggestions of, placing kind of a piece of liner type of material underneath, but is there any other way? Or maybe you like your, fabric quite loose. Some people like that. So 3829, 3829. Because for a while they're like everywhere. Everybody's using them. And I just follow the trend as well. I thought if these people like it, it must be good. And they work for a while because you can, have pretty large frames. But it's just the tension is a pain in the backside to maintain. Abini says, I use strips of batting to keep them tight under the clumps. But do they stay, can you keep the tension there so it doesn't slide at all? I should give it a try actually. I do have a lot of Q-snap. But the great thing about hoops for me is I find that there's less thing sort of get in the way of my hand going under the fabric, for instance, because my right hand is under. I think most of you probably stitch with two hands. The Q snap, you do have to get used to it because, it's got a corner. It's got corners, whereas hoops don't. It's, you just have a lot more room to work with. What is happening here? Let's have a look. Oh, so those two stitches are from the top. Now I know what's going on here. 1, 2. Now I know what's going on here. These two, okay. Rachel says, I use Q-snaps almost exclusively. The name brand on 1, 2, 3 stitch are fine. The knockoffs at box stores don't hold tension. All I've got, all the Q-snaps I've got are from Q-snaps, but still they become loose in time. And I remember when I tried to buy them, they were quite hard to get hold of in the UK for some reason, at least from Amazon. So I had to wait for ages for them to arrive. And I think one of them I bought directly. Oh, I'm trying to remember, from another company, but it's Q-snap. Bring it up here. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. Three stitches. 4, 3, 6. Yes, Ebony. I kind of went around the circle trying everything, and yes, I do break my hoops, but they do hold tension, and it's quite easy for the arms, my right arm to go under. So good old-fashioned round hoops is best for me at this point. 4, 3, 6. 4, 3, 6. And then as a reminder, so Mondays from last week, it's going to be Macchetti, Sol, Chiro, Macchetti. Now I can pronounce his name, I think. On Mondays, but Mondays, because I have a class in the evening, so Mondays would, stop a little bit later. So it's a little bit more challenging for guys in Europe, I think. But hopefully, some of you can still make it. And we can stitch those beautiful pieces together. So Monday is Macchetti Day. Ebony says the tension stays with the batting, but over time the clamps stretch even more and are loose with the batting. Yes, yes. That's what I find as well, because I have tried to place a piece of felt kind of fabric underneath, like a piece like, I've got tons of them like this. They're lying around, and I use them. These ones I'm sure pretty much I have used for Q-snaps and just under the clamps. But still they start to slide and everything. So I kind of gave up on them. Next one here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5. Next. Oh yeah, Ebony, because some people say just throw the clumps into a dishwasher. I haven't tried that, but I just think, well, as a product, your products are designed to hold the fabric together and keep it relatively, you know, to maintain the tension. If the product itself is not doing it and we have to throw them in dishwasher, it's not, there's an issue there, I think. Busy Mom says, I buy my Q snap from Hobby Lobby and never have issues. So you're okay, you're good with your tension, and how long have you been using your Q snaps? I think they wear off, through time. Mine just started to kind of slide around, the fabric just slide around and it's just not usable. It's not usable anymore. 612. 612. And I wouldn't mind finding a solution because, I've got quite a few of them. Because everybody say, kind of say how good they were. And they're okay to use when they're working. It's just, Cynthia, are you referring to Q snaps? It depends on what kind of stand you have. I mean, with Lowry, I do have a Lowry, but I have to get the a different attachment. The one that goes around the corner to hold Q snap. If you use the default one, it will slide around. It's not secure, so it's just the material. It's rounded, so the shape as well. So 1, 2. That one. Oh, Suzanne, yes, you have a beautiful piece of maquette pattern. The one with cats. Yes. Because on Mondays, I normally start, by the time I get home and get to sit in front of the desk, it's about 10:30 UK time. And I know it's 11:30 where you are. So I totally get it. So 2 here. Let me see if I want to park up here. I can. 1, 2, 3. If you have anxiety with park threads, it's about to get worse now because I'm trying to find a hole on the next block and working through the threads here. Just give you a heads up in case you need to lie down for a little bit. 1, 2, 3. 3 from the left, 3 from top. 2, 3, 4. Oh, how strange. There's another thread here. That's got different color. I don't think this one's correct. I'll work it out when I get there. Never mind. Busy Mom says, referring to the Q snaps, she's been using it for a couple of years now, maybe 4 years. But Busy Mom, do you like your fabric drum tight? Because if you don't, then they're okay to use. Some people might like their fabric quite loose, but I like it like this. like really, really firm. So I think that's the issue. If you just want to hold the tension together, sometimes I look at the whips that you posted, not you specifically, but some whip pictures. I just want to tighten your hoop, your fabric, because it looks slightly kind of on the loose side. So it's personal preferences, I think. If you don't mind the tension that much, you just want to hold the fabric together, then Q-snap might not, be an issue at all. 3862, 3862. Yes, Nikki, I remember you posted some sort of anti-grip liner there. I looked into different options. Are the ones you're using quite thin? Because some of them on Amazon, they're so thick. I just can't imagine they would go even under the clamps. Suzanne says it's a fox and squirrel. Oh, I love both. I mean, I get squirrels, my local squirrels to visit me every day. I love them. I give them nuts. I love squirrels. Let me see what's happening here. That one is done. That one is done. That one is done. Oh, this one is done then. Why am I? Yes, these ones are done. Three, 8, 6, 2. And let's have a look. 640. 640. Nikki says, I use the rag attachment for my Lowry for Q-snap. Is that the one that goes around the corner? I've got that one as well. Because by default, it just comes with the standard attachment. And if you use that one with Q-snaps, it's going to just roll around. Susan says, no bags, parks rest. I know, sincere apologies. Probably trigger some sort of anxiety attack with Susan. Cynthia, say ciao for now. It's time to feel a pub. Oh, nice. Have a great night, everyone, morning or whatever, where you are. Thank you, Cynthia, for joining us, and enjoy the time with your doggy. I love dogs. Suzanne says, I'm getting worried that I have too many projects now. I started 3 Kim projects and 2 Amy projects. I have to rotate them on sale days. Oh, wow, that'll keep you busy. That's good. More webs, more happiness. I don't worry about that. I just think about today. Am I happy stitching? I don't worry about finishing them. As you can see clearly. Because every stitch is completion. You know, just the entirety of the piece, to some extent, I wouldn't say it's arbitrary. Obviously, it completes a piece, right? But where that piece starts and ends, I don't see the boundary there, because every stitch or every block or every, I don't know, every stitch for me is completion. And if I'm happy stitching it, it's all good. You know, when you look at a pattern and you start to form, you know, turn into something, that for me is satisfying. That's the reward. It doesn't matter if I finish the entire piece within, I don't know, 10 years. I don't care. 640. Oh, really, Nikki? You just use the standard one and it's okay? Yeah, I think the smaller ones maybe. I don't know the size of your Q-snap, but some of the projects I use really large ones because I've got enough parts that I can turn them into various sizes, and some of them I made them quite large, almost like those wooden frame, you know, kind of size, and it's not stable, so I got the other the corner one as well, the attachment. Right, A44, that's the last color here. Yay, finally. This block has taken a little bit of time. A44. And, you know, it might make it very easy for you to guess today's stitches. I'm making it easy for you, okay? So maybe some of you get to win the Guess My Stitches game. But you never know. Some may be closer than others. Every single stitch counts. A44. Gray says, might as well have fun while we're alive. Yeah, exactly. That's it. You know, just stay at presence, because when we think about completion, we're looking at just future, some distant future. We don't know when, and we get anxious, but it's all about like being here right now. Are you enjoying it? Are you happy? Are you breathing? Yeah, I think we all are. That's a good start. Ashley says, every stitch feels like you're completing a work of art. Yes, you're moving forward, but life is all about moving forward, because what's the end goal for life, for instance? End goal for life is something else. There's no end goal, really. It's always just moving forward. So if you're stitching, you're moving forward. You're just fine. Busy Mom is using the standard thing as well, the attachment for Lowry. That's interesting. Maybe my hue snap was too big. But with the corner one, it's totally secure. Well, it still bounces. It's a Lowry thing, but you get used to it. Don't know, with one stitch there, a ninja stitch. There. Going to park here. Have a sip of my tea. Suzanne says, I love... Oh, hang on. Joy says A44 bingo. Yeah, the first spooky bingo today goes to Joyce. Yay. It's the first one today. And Suzanne says, I love the process too, because Suzanne, ultimately, there's only process. The past never exists. You know, it doesn't really exist because it's just memory. And the future doesn't exist either because it's not here yet. And all we have is the process. So if if you're here right now worrying about completion, in a way, it takes your capacity away from being here. So, there's no need to worry about it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't plan anything. You still need to plan something. But, being here right now is most important. Oh, there's one stitch there. I don't know what's going on there. Let me just fill it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one. Okay. 3828. I remember there's some coaches, people who do sprinting or any kind of sport. And I remember some coaches, or at least one, that said, when you're running forward, and, some people, they look around and see who's behind them. Are they ahead or are they close? And you see that quite a lot with marathon runners. Those ones, they keep turning back to look at who's behind them. Eventually, they lose time at least, because it takes them away, they take the capacity away for them to focus on what they're doing at that moment. And it's futile because it doesn't make any difference. If someone's trying to catch up, they will. But if you're not focusing on what you're doing at this moment, you lose out. So I enjoy this stitch right here. And then I'm going to enjoy this one as well. It feels great. Yes. Oh, completed. My goodness. It's taken like 2 hours just to do this block. But I love it. It's so pretty. Here, let me see if I need to part this one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think that one is there. So I am going to just end it here with a little pin. Too late to do boomerang. It's okay. I'll just do a pin. Just look at how pretty that is. 3, 8, 2, 8. Brandy says, I'm going to lie down for a bit. I guess it will be 207. Oh, the parting gift from Brandy. Yes, see you later. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest. Thank you. We'll remember that number later on. If you win, I'll send you some emoji yummy goodies. So night to Brandy. So Nikki says, I use 11 inches, referring to the Q snaps. I think, I'm trying to remember what inches, because some of them I made them quite big, maybe too big. It's harder to hold, but with the corner attachment, it's perfectly fine. Right, where shall I go next? Why don't I go below then? Might as well keep this flow going, and then, you know, then I complete kind of this corner. And I just want to quickly flip just look at what colors are involved. So bluish area. So I'm going to release this block here and reselect. Choose my lasso. There. Where's my next block here? Hopefully I can manage a few more parking threads here. You know, out of all the colors from DMC, it is quite special to have Spooky Bingo, right? It doesn't happen all the time. So this one, I've only got one stitch here, and I'm going to park. I'll probably end it. And Suzanne says, I have to sleep early tomorrow morning with the kids. Yes, take some rest. And yesterday you did a half marathon, so, you know, take a rest. Early night today. Well, it's not that early, but it's well done. Night to Suzanne. There. Next one. Three, 1, 7 here. That's the one. Let me see if I want to park down. I might want to park to the bottom left here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, I just missed Adri saying night night Adri. Don't get mad, okay? Yogi saw your comments just now. I probably need 2 screens for chat. So one is the most up-to-date comment, and the other ones I can scroll back. And just in case I miss something, I don't want to miss anything. But when I scroll back and forth, I get confused. Night, Joyce. Well done. Good night to Joyce. Have a sweet, sweet dreams. involving all the beautiful things. Joyce is not afraid of kittens, so maybe you can dream about some kittens. And some of my friendly squirrels as well, they're so cute. You can have them in your dreams. I'll let you have it. I'm sure they don't mind making guest appearance in Joyce's dream. They're so cute though, those squirrels. There, I might, let me have a look. Part to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. There. Just one stitch as well, a lot of one stitches. I think from this point, it starts to go into another bouquet here. So there's a lot of color changes. Whereas the window part of it is a bit more, still confetti friendly. I'm gonna end this thread because there's only one single stitch. A60, 3A60. And the next one, let's see if I can work through all the pass threads. There are only 3 left. There you go. This one I should be able to park down here diagonally. 1, 2, 3. Because I'm not really following the diagonal. So in terms of where I park next, it's a little bit random. Because if you're doing diagonal, for instance, then you probably park around these 3 blocks, right? But because I'm not really following order, I'm kind of going all over the place. There will be occasion I should park down here because it's, you know, accessible, or up there. But then, you know, I find it hard to keep the staircase really neat. I just want to jump around, as I normally do. So this one's done. Just one stitch, this one. think I might end it actually. See, there's nothing below. A44. And there's one more. See how it goes. Quite a few actually, quite a few stitches. I probably run out of thread. So quite a few stitches here. Oh dear. So this might be my last few stitches here. And of course, I would like you to guess how many stitches I've done today. Today is blatantly obvious. I think it will be very easy to guess. But then again, who knows? There might be, maybe once they can guess precisely how many stitches, and maybe some will be off. Who knows? Because some of you can only count to 4, So I'm pretty sure I stitched more than 4 stitches today. That part I can be sure. So this one, I think I'll do a boomerang to end it with a bang, with a bang. Nikki. First submission from Nikki. So, okay, you can come up with the numbers now because this is the last stitch. Let's see how it goes. How many winners do we have tonight? I think tonight is one of those nights we're going to have a group buffet. Right. So let's have a look. Let me bring up. Let me zoom out a little bit to see what's happening today. And so this is where I am. So today, this is so obvious. What, Tracy? Tracy hasn't been watching properly, I'm pretty sure. So today, pretty much work block by block and parking away from the street. The numbers are so random. And I work block by block, and I pretty much work, I completed this block. The part threads were slightly all over the place from the last session. I don't know what happened there. I was falling asleep probably. So a lot of incorrect threads. So it took me a while to correct them. But I managed to clear everything. And I think it looks pretty nice. And you can see there's a bouquet kind of, forming here with the yellow flowers. So I'm looking forward to that, but a lot more confetti, okay? And then I managed to work a little bit underneath of the block underneath as well. So let's have a look. So if you're new to the chat, okay, so, anyone who's lurking out there, we play Guess My Stitches at the end of every session, and you get to guess how many stitches. Grace, there's something wrong with your keyboard there. I think you missed a few digits there. You get to play Guess My Stitches. You get to guess how many stitches I have completed from the beginning of the session there. And, you know, it's not a guesswork because we do have proof. Every single stitch I've made tonight is tracked, okay? So, I cannot cheat and you cannot cheat. So it's a fair system there. So let's have a look who is playing this game with me. And Nikki, 110 precisely. And Susan Chamberlain, 125. Tracy, 207. I've been doing some air stitchings here, clearly. And Textile Journey by Leah. 116, Busy Mom 109. Someone's been counting. Rachel 210. Interesting. Ashley Wilkinson 247. And Sarah 123. That's a nice number. Grace, you might be the winner tonight. 4. And Rajal 198. Tracy says I try to give you the benefit of the doubt. Oh, as kind as usual, the chat. So let's have a look. Let's bring on the evidence. So the winner will win the respect from everyone, you know, and from me as well, from Yogi, and our emoji buffet as well that's provided by you, okay? And let's have a look. Boom. 110. Oh my God, Nikki, you have won. Nikki, but Busy Mom has come very, very close, right? So we have 2 winners tonight. Busy Mom and Nikki, okay? You're both one precisely on the dot and the other one very close. But look at this. Look at the upper left of the screen here, guys. I'm crossing over to 6%. Guys, round of applause for Yogi. 6%. It's always a milestone to cross over. Okay. Oh, round of applause for me. And bring on the emoji buffet already. Sarah, our maitre d' of the chat, is bringing on some very delicious, very healthy, and some slightly decadent emoji snacks for us. And yes, Nikki says, yeah, it's the second time I've got it right on the dot. I know, Nikki, maybe there's some sort of superpower you've got there. And to be precise on the dot is very difficult, even though tonight it's a little bit easier, let's face it, if you can count. So, Nikki, you can definitely count more than 4. I'm now certain. And Ashley, thank you so much. Busy Mom, thank you for playing the game. Congratulations. Yes. And Textile as well. Oh, very healthy from Textile. I like it. Fruit and some vegetables. Oh no, all fruits really. And fruitarian for us. And Nikki, yes, you should pick a lottery ticket. And oh, yummy, delicious burgers and trophy from Sarah as well. So generous, guys. And Susan, Tracy, Grace, Busy Mom standing here with me till the end. Michelle as well. Taco, that's a new one. I haven't seen that one before. But we can all dig in to the delicious emoji buffet here. We can share amongst us. It's all friends here. And so thank you, everyone. So now is I'm feeling about 15 minutes, 14 minutes to midnight here on Sunday evening. So peaceful. And thank you for stitching with me today, particularly after the session yesterday. You guys are still standing strong. You guys are strong. Stitching athletes. Absolutely. So I salute to you from Yogi here. And I'm going to sign off and take a little bit of rest, have a cup of tea, and maybe go to bed as well. And so from sleepy London town, London, and I'm going to say night-night, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. But good night here from London, from the UK. Night night, everyone. Love you all. I'll see you tomorrow in my Kitty Day. Hope you can make it. Night night.